Being gay wasn't really an option for me for many years. I was attracted to men, but didn't really feel there was anything I could do about it. I was married until I was 45. I'm very pleased to have been married, and I'm very pleased to have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. And maybe if I'd developed my gay side much younger, this wouldn't have happened to me. So I don't really have any regrets on that score. Looking back, there were 1 or 2 men who did come on to me when I was married. It was only much later that I thought, gosh, I really fancied that person, and they were really making it clear that they fancied me. You see, I just didn't recognize it at the time. But there was a man, a boy really. He was 19 and French. I was not quite 40, I suppose. I'd gone on holiday with my wife and children to a summer school at a university outside Paris. There were a lot of activities for both children and adults. Eve studied English at the university in term time and was employed there for the duration of summer school as a receptionist. I found myself taking just a little bit of extra care about my appearance if I thought it likely that Eve was going to be on duty, and if I had to ask for something, I would always wait until he was behind the desk. He was friendly, and as French is my first language, he would ask me to translate an occasional word. Over the 3 weeks, we became good friends, and I spent quite a lot of time together. It was only as we approached the end of the holiday and I realized that we have to say goodbye, and it dawned on me that I was in love with him. On our last day, Eve gave me a small piece of pottery, just a very small specimen vase, and I invited him to stay with the family over Christmas. Leaving was hard, but leaving and having to hide my devastation was almost impossible. He did come and stay that Christmas, and again. When he left, the pain of separation was almost unbearable. But nothing sexual ever happened. We corresponded for 3 years, and then I got the opportunity to go to Paris with a good friend, and I arranged to meet Eve. His whole family were there. I met his brother first, who sort of accused me of doing something sexual to his brother, and then I saw Eve, and he was very distant and cold. I said, "You know, I'm here with my friend. We're just passing through. You can at least be polite." So then there was a very tense meeting with me, my friend, and Eve. It was so uncomfortable. My friend might have guessed that I was gay. We knew each other quite well, but we never talked about it. The parents of Eve were there, very formal French people, and the situation was absolutely dreadful. I felt awful. Then, of course, we never had contact again. When I look back, I wonder if he may have felt the same way about me. Sometime, even for a short while, he always held my gaze with his beautiful brown eyes for longer than people usually do, and he seemed to find me witty, and he always listened to me, whatever nonsense I was saying. But I'll never know now. I still have that little vase. It got broken a few years ago, but I still keep the pieces.
Hush now, my child, don't say your name. Have to pretend, though this isn't a game. Your parents were taken, their fate is unknown. Now you're our son, and this is your home. For the rest of the war, I lived in fear that someone would find I was hiding here. I watched what I said, with whom I played, worried I might give myself away.
No one must know, never ever gonna let the feelings show, never gonna break the silence, I'll pay the cost, worried because someone might find out just who I was. set me free.
It's funny. You sort of live in a bubble. There's kind of all the things around you and you're pretending all the time that you're like everybody else, and inside your head you actually feel very different and nobody actually knows you. And you're scared. I was quite a late bloomer. I had my first gay experience at 22. And that was first gay everything. First date, first kiss, first sex. Actually, I think it was the first time I met anybody that told me they were gay. It was through a Lonely Hearts column. I was absolutely petrified. There was absolutely no way I was going to meet someone from my hometown. I even went to the next town to use the phone box just in case someone asked me what I was doing. The meeting was 20 miles away from where I lived. I got a bus there. And we met and we dated a few times, and yes, we slept together. But the first thing that really sticks in my mind is how differently we felt about being gay. We were talking about our future. God, not a future together. It was never that kind of relationship. We were talking about the future in general, and I was saying how I'd like to think that one day maybe I could tell everyone I was gay, and I could live a kind of life that was open and with no secrets. And I could be, for other people, the kind of person that I was getting to be in my head. And he said, God, no, that's not for me. I know what I want. I just want to work really, really hard and earn lots of money so I can afford to buy a place way out in the country with no neighbours and nobody around to know who I am or what I get up to. Then I can invite people round and have parties and stuff, but I just wouldn't want anyone else knowing. And then once every 6 months or so, I'd go out with a girl, just to keep people off my back. When I was asked to talk about Shane, he immediately came into my head, and I thought about what it was he was planning. You see, I thought that this man was so ashamed of being gay that he felt the need to completely hide away. It almost made me feel better because I knew there was light at the end of my tunnel, and for him, certainly at that time, there wasn't. I wonder what happened to him.
I was only 13. I trusted my friend, told him things I should have kept to myself. He told everyone they wouldn't leave me alone. So unhappy teasing bullies, I got really low. Shame is what I was feeling. The right word is ashamed. Kids talk and people talk. I wondered did my mother know. I met his ex-gay. He found religion. He laid it down. He got married. He got children. He prayed over my belly, but nothing changed. I thought that God would save me, but oh, I just felt ashamed. Shame is what I was feeling. The right word is ashamed. Kids talk and people talk. I wonder did my mother know. I got to 20. I embraced my sexuality. It got rocky. Mother didn't take it well. She didn't throw me out, but she suggested another house. Father, he was better, but living with him was hell. Now I feel ashamed. I was so deluded. enough. I'm not good 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 enough. Failure. 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 It's rubbish. Every rubbish. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Rubbish. It's rubbish. Rubbish. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Everything is rubbish. Rubbish. It's rubbish. Everything is 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 rubbish.
He got it quite hard. Sound of his head on the concrete schoolyard. Poor Alan Dyer, face pushed in the dirt. Try not to cry, but we all see the hurt. Poor Alan Dyer, puff rings in your ears. Without much success, you blink back the tears. Bugger, bender and faggot, homo, queer. Aged 11 to 16, year after year. Now much time has passed, and you're often in mind. It's hard to fathom I could be so unkind. Self-loathing I feel now. It lives in my pores. But whatever my pain, it's nowhere near yours. Do you think of us now? The anger still burn? The pain and the fear, does it sometimes return? If we met face to face now, how would that be? You burning with hatred directed at me? Or would you just look and not know who I am? And then when I tell you, just not give a damn? Tell me you're happy and your life is on course. And if it's all shit, tell me I'm not the source. I need to explain. I should let you know why I pointed the finger and forced you to cry. The pushing and shoving can be traced to fear. So pointing at you meant that I'm in the clear. Now I have freedom, not back in the day when I couldn't face up and tell I was gay. My secret shame, but it was you bore the cost. For if I was found out, I knew all was lost. So I was the queer boy with internal shame. I used smoke and mirrors so you'd take the blame. Sorry, Alan Dyer, whose school days were shit, with torture delivered by this hypocrite. I've made a good life now and things are okay, but you're one of those things that won't go away. So you wander my mind and you play hide and seek, uninvited reminder that I was so weak. I've no right to ask you, my actions were low. Help me, Alan Dyer, please. Please let me go.
This
I suppose when you talk about coming out, the big one's coming out to your parents. I was 19, and I'd been through some quite serious stuff because I didn't want to admit that I was gay. Not necessarily to anyone else, but just actually to myself. I kind of gone through the why me? I've been brought up a Catholic, and it's instilled in you that what you're thinking about doing is a sin. Oh, and I thought about it. I thought about it a lot. So I did struggle. I mean, I really did struggle quite badly. I was really crapping myself about where and when I should tell my parents. I thought through ways of how I should do it. Should I tell my mum first and let her tell me dad? But I let her. Anyway, I decided that the best way was to sit them both down, together, and announce it. So, a deep breath, and I said, Mum, Dad, I've got something to tell you, and I hope you won't be disappointed in me. And they were looking at me very quizzically. I guess I can't put this any other way. I'm gay. And they just burst out laughing. And then Mum said, I thought it was something serious. I thought you were going to tell us that you'd stolen something or killed someone. Honestly. Didn't you know we knew? Well, obviously I didn't know they knew. And they just got up and went about whatever they were doing before my big revelation. But smirking. Part of me was relieved. But there was also part of me that was angry that I didn't get any disapproval, disappointment or horror. I suppose I built it up in my mind. You see, in my mind, I'd cast it with Joan Crawford as me. There was supposed to be anguish and crying, maybe even a rash. Get out of this house and don't darken our doorstep again. Then, of course, after my impassioned plea for understanding, my parents would beg to be forgiven for their unkindness. A happy ending, of course, but not before a healthy dose of melodrama. Anyway, they were cool with it. And with 20/20 hindsight vision, it would have been a miracle if they hadn't known. I mean, I suppose I gave them enough clues. For instance, thinking back, when I was about 6 years old, my parents got a load of boxes, cardboard boxes, and me and my brother each nabbed one. You know, when you're a kid, a cardboard box can become old kind of things. My brother, he took his and he turned it into a fort which he spent days defending. Me, I cut a round hole in the front and turned it into a hot point front loader with 800 spin speed, and I spent my days putting my little pants in and taking them back out again and folding them. I didn't like sports much, and certainly wasn't any good at them, but I loved country dancing, and I played with girls rather than boys. Given every opportunity, I'll be grabbing a girl and dancing. Oh, how things change. You know, all the other boys were rushing around doing rough things, climbing trees and coming home with scraped knees and elbows. And there were me, skipping off and coming home with a damaged big toe when I was trying to stand on points. And I have to say, I never got bullied for being different from the other boys. I never criticised by my dad for not wanting to play football like my brother. And it's odd. My parents were very working class, Roman Catholic. And I don't think they knew anybody who was openly gay. So when I think about it, I'm really impressed that I had such an understanding and loving parents.
When I was young, I used to hide. Sometimes in my wardrobe, in the summer, the garden. For hours, I would just do nothing. I mean, really, nothing. I was constantly tired and never felt I got any sleep. I'd think about death a lot. I know now I was depressed, but back then I just thought unhappiness was normal. Well, normal for me. I had a real crush on a boy that bullied me at school. He was good-looking and sporty and popular. Everything I wasn't. I suppose I wanted to be like him. Actually, I think I wanted to be him. One thing I'm sure of, I really didn't want to be me. Coming out for me was relatively simple. I mean, there weren't many people to tell. And I coped. I started mixing with other gay people and I reinvented myself. The hair went blonde. If it had sparkles, I'd wear it. I got louder, I got camper. And I talked about my sex life. and it was mostly imagined. By then, I think, the more outrageous I got, I suppose the less approachable I got. But I fabricated this whole new person, and she was wonderful. My friends called me the Duchess of Bow, and I'd strut around being fabulous, pretending I was some Chelsea rich bitch. Obviously that wasn't me, but once again I was trying to be someone else. I really couldn't be me. I couldn't afford to be me. But you see, that's the thing. I've spent most of my life hiding. I'm well into my 30s. In fact, I've been in my 30s for 15 years now. And when I go out, I feel I have to dress up. I know people laugh at me, what with the sparkles and makeup and all that stuff. But it's my way of showing the face that I want to show the rest of the world. It's who I want them to see, my choice, my armour. Recently, though, there was this night when I was going out to the theatre with a friend, and I was all glammed up. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw a 45-year-old drag queen on a night off. And it struck me. If I was out and I saw someone like me, what would I think? And I knew I'd be vile and ultra-critical. So I took off the sparkles, wiped off the foundation and mascara, and I put on what I'd wear for an interview. You know, a suit and all the trimmings. It felt really strange going somewhere social in a suit. But I went out and, oddly, I really did feel like a different person. I really thought it would be terrifying to be presenting what may or may not be the real me. Certainly a different me, and in some ways closer to the me that I want to be now. Maybe there's time when I should dress up like Joan Collins, and maybe there's time when I should look like a respectable BBC newsreader. I don't know. Are they both me? Are they different? Doesn't matter. The depression still comes. Sometimes it's just unbearable, and there's times when it's manageable. But even when I'm feeling good, it's always there, kind of biting at the back of my mind. A few years back, I had a bit of a dip, and I got some new pills. They made me really wired, off the scale. They didn't make me feel happier, but they certainly made me feel more energetic. I like to clean, but it got out of control. I think I hoovered and dusted the house top to bottom. Like the Fourth Bridge, when I finished, I just started again. I tried to take them first thing in the morning, which just meant that I'd go crazy all day, but I could also take them at night. And if I was lucky, I'd finally get to sleep. But if I wasn't lucky, I'd sort of think, well, there must be a podium I can dance on out there somewhere.
Just wanted to be somebody else. I think he was probably ashamed of me. I couldn't see the edge of what I was stayed for the people. I think it was because I wanted them to like me. I let them in rather than pushing them away. I could see it as a chance to remake myself. You don't need that photograph. Getting better. I'm not hiding behind anything.